veins, I've been driving this train. Years in this lane, there's no stopping this flame. Cause I came to the game and I changed it to play how I like, rearranged it to my own domain. Yeah, I got what it takes, made lots of mistakes, taking shots, skipping breaks, feeling lost, feeling great, popping off, singing straight, never stopped, never changed. All the squad here to play and I've got something to say, yeah. I work hard each and every day, I get lost in the words I say. I don't push pause, no I push play. I won't stop till I make a change. I withdraw on the things I make. I turn flaws into flawless traits. I build tall, never capped in space. I won't stop till I hear him say, oh, oh, la, 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 la. Man, I'm up again. I got tired eyes, need a cup of blend. That's right, in the AM, that's my only friend. No light, just the sun coming up on the horizon. I lose track of time, yeah, I move fast and climb a new class divine, yeah, true passion shines. And I'm through passing time, I choose stacking dimes. You snooze half the time while I move passing by. I work hard each and every day, I get lost in the words I say. I don't push pause, no I push play. I won't stop till I make a change. I withdraw on the things I make. I turn flaws into flawless traits. I build tall, never capped in space. I won't stop till I hear him say, oh, oh, la, 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 la. I've been driving this train, years in this lane, there's no stopping this flame. Cause I came to the game and I changed it to play how I like, rearranged it to my own domain. Yeah, I got what it takes, made lots of mistakes, taking shots, skipping breaks, feeling lost, feeling great, popping off, singing straight, never stopped, never changed. All the squad here to play and I've got something to say, yeah. I work hard each and every day, I get lost in the words I say. I don't push pause, no I push play. I won't stop till I make a change. I withdraw on the things I make. I turn flaws into flawless traits. I build tall, never capped in space. I won't stop till I hear him say, oh, oh, la, 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 la. Man, I'm up again. I got tired eyes, need a cup of blend. That's right, in the AM, that's my only friend. No light, just the sun coming up on the horizon. I lose track of time, yeah, I move fast and climb a new class divine, yeah, true passion shines. And I'm through passing time, I choose stacking dimes. You snooze half the time while I move passing by. I work hard each and every day, I get lost in the words I say. I don't push pause, no I push play. I won't stop till I make a change. I withdraw on the things I make. I turn flaws into flawless traits. I build tall, never capped in space. I won't stop till I hear him say, oh, oh, la, 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 la. veins, I've been driving this train. Years in this lane, there's no stopping this flame. Cause I came to the game and I changed it to play how I like, rearranged it to my own domain. Yeah, I got what it takes, made lots of mistakes, taking shots, skipping breaks, feeling lost, feeling great, popping off, singing straight, never stopped, never changed. All the squad here to play and I've got something to say, yeah. I work hard each and every day, I get lost in the words I say. I don't push pause, no, I push play. I won't stop till I make a change. I withdraw on the things I make. I turn flaws into flawless traits. I build tall, never capped in space. I won't stop till I hear him say, oh, oh, la, 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 la. 6 a.m. and I'm up again. I got tired eyes, need a cup of blend. That's right, in the AM, that's my only friend. No light, just the sun coming up on the horizon. I lose track of time, yeah, I move fast and climb a new class divine, yeah, true passion shines. And I'm through passing time, I choose stacking dimes. You snooze half the time while I move passing by. I work hard each and every day, I get lost in the words I say. I don't push pause, no, I push play. I won't stop till I make a change. I withdraw on the things I make. I turn flaws into flawless traits. I build tall, never capped in space. I won't stop till I hear him say, oh, oh, la, 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 la. 'Ice in my veins, I've been driving this train. Years in this lane, there's no stopping this flame. Cause I came to the game and I changed it to play how I like, rearranged it to my own domain. Yeah, I got what it takes, made lots of mistakes, taking shots, skipping breaks, feeling lost, feeling great, popping off, singing straight, never stopped, never changed. All the squad here to play and I've got something to say, yeah. I work hard each and every day, I get lost in the words I say. I don't push pause, no, I push play. I won't stop till I make a change. I withdraw on the things I make. I turn flaws into flawless traits. I build tall, never capped in space. I won't stop till I hear him say, oh, oh, la, 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 la. 6 a.m. and I'm up again. I got tired eyes, need a cup of blend. That's right, in the AM, that's my only friend. No light, just the sun coming up on the horizon. I lose track of time, yeah, I move fast and climb a new class divine, yeah, true passion shines. And I'm through passing time, I choose stacking dimes. You snooze half the time while I move passing by. I work hard each and every day, I get lost in the words I say. I don't push pause, no, I push play. I won't stop till I make a change. I withdraw on the things I make. I turn flaws into flawless traits. I build tall, never capped in space. I won't stop till I hear him say, oh, oh, la, 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 la. I've been driving this train. me is in this lane, there's no stopping this flame. Cause I came to the game and I changed it to play how I like, rearranged it to my own domain. Yeah, I got what it takes, made lots of mistakes, taking shots, skipping breaks, feeling lost, feeling great, popping off, singing straight, never stopped, never changed. All the squad here to play, and I've got something to say, yeah. I work hard each and every day, I get lost in the words I say. I don't push pause, no I push play. I won't stop till I make a change. I withdraw on the things I make. I turn flaws into flawless traits. I build tall, never capping space. I won't stop till I hear him say, oh, oh, la 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 la, la 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 la, oh, 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 la 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 la, la 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 la, oh, oh. 6 a.m. and I'm up again. I got tired eyes, need a cup of blend. That's right, in the AM, that's my only friend. No light.
Yes, good people, big up to all of you, and thank you once again for finding the time to be with me for another edition of the Blue Morning Show. Yes, it is still morning for me. It's still 11:37 a.m. Las Vegas time. I appreciate you all, and once again, good morning, good afternoon, and good evening. I wholeheartedly offer whatever suits your time zone. It's another live Chelsea show, Chelsea news show, where we talk about transfers, potential players, fitness, or you could argue injury updates and all that. But more importantly, I do hope you're all doing well. And thank you once again for finding the time to be with me. First one in the house is Rain. Nice to see you, Mr. Rain. I do hope you're doing well. And the Maya Forward, nice to see you. I do hope you're doing well. I appreciate you finding the time to join the show. Let's keep the topics aligned as much as possible. Otherwise, I think you may be having a good conversation with a community member in the chat, which you have every right to do. I don't want Christensen, so thanks. We'll get to that in a bit. Ice in the veins. Yep. Yeah, it's 2 a.m. or 3 a.m. and I need, yeah, you know what that is. But nice to see you, Ty. I do hope you're doing well. I appreciate you finding the time to join the show. Nani will be on the bench on Saturday. We'll find out. Yep, but nice to see you in the Maya Forward. And thank you so much for finding the time to be with me. So we'll talk about rumor that Chelsea bid for Rayan Cherki. The attacking midfielder will go news hunting for Gyökeres, Viktor, Osimhen. We'll talk about Andreas, Christensen possible return to Chelsea Football Club. Nothing is saying that we're interested in signing him, but there are reports out there. You can argue presentation. I'm not sure what to call them. If it's not a report, then what it is. Some news items may be out there asking if Chelsea fans would want to see him back at the Bridge. We'll talk about Jules Kounde, also a player. At the time, I wanted us to sign him, but I've taken my time to look at them. Maybe with the biased mindset, because he didn't join us, which wasn't his fault actually. We were on the verge of getting the deal across the line, and then something happened. Boom, we changed our mind. But that's, by the way, without wasting much of your time. I'm going to go to the presentation window. So yeah, in a bit we'll start discussing what we had lined up. But thank you and welcome. I appreciate you all. I can now thank you enough. You guys enough for finding the time to be with me. We're getting closer and closer to we're getting closer and closer to 24,000 subscribers. Right now we're at 23,317. And yeah, I appreciate you all. Good evening, your time. Okay. But nice to see you, more importantly than Maya. I was on Charlie channel and Decisive getting sold according to Ben Jacobs. Yeah, I'm not gonna be shocked if we end up selling him. Again, we did have a lengthy conversation when when we hired Enzo Maresca. I think something related to winners and losers, who has a place in the team and who's going to eventually leave, given the manager's preferred approach. And at the time, I think a lot of us realized, Decisive will eventually be sold. Why? Because I know, again, because before even the manager's arrival, he cracks under pressure. On the slightest of pressures, he makes silly mistakes. Given how experienced he is, this is not the sort of player I just say, yeah, eventually he will improve. He'll do much better. No, because given his age, I knew the moment we hired Enzo Maresca that he will eventually leave. I'd be shocked if eventually he stays and someone else gets sold. And we've heard, I think we did see a brief from the club with regards to Benoit Badiashile's future, which tells me he stays. And Wycliffe Barish, nice to see you. I do hope you're doing well. In a bit, we will start addressing the items we have lined up. Some of them news related, some of them aren't news related. But let's see. We have 34 people following the show. Only 8 of those on YouTube, the rest on X. If you're following the show, we appreciate you. I want to say thank you to you because, yeah, I couldn't have done this alone. We couldn't have done this alone. Your support does go a long way for us. If you're following the show on X, do us a favor. Take a second, drop a like on the video, and also follow our X account to help us reach 5,000 subscribers, followers on X. And on YouTube, if you're following the show and you haven't, take a second, drop a like on the video for us to help us garner more likes. And the more likes we garner, the more the YouTube algorithm will be forced to push the stream to more people who'll be interested in the topics we have lined up. Sorry, I have to turn on the other camera. I forgot to do so. So please drop a like on the video for us. And also, do subscribe to our channel if you haven't. We will soon bring back the monthly giveaway for the student. We stopped it for personal reasons because we haven't been streaming consistently and the channel hasn't been bringing in much. And we have Nemaya Fowler here who's saying, I will be shocked if Tosin, we're not going to start Tosin. I think eventually Tosin, he gets his chance to be leading the back line in the Premier League. That's just my opinion. He's the most experienced defender we have, and probably one of the best defenders we have. So I'm not sure what the holdup is. I think he should be playing in the Premier League, in my opinion. But I'm not the manager, and we have the blue to forget my bro in the house. I appreciate you finding the time to join the show this particular morning for me. Still 11:43 a.m. Las Vegas time. Thank you. And he shared the link to our X account. Please take a second, head over to X and follow our X account to help us reach 5,000 followers as soon as possible. Give me 1 second. I just want to create a poll. Yeah, we're not a big account yet, so we still beg for likes. So give me a second while I prepare a poll to help us garner more likes than usual. Let me do this. Please, can you help us with a like? Yeah, we still beg for likes. We're not a big account yet. Right, and I have liked the video already. All right, there you go. Let's go. Let's go. Keep dropping the likes on the stream, people. The likes do go a long way. Anything here? Tosin was nervous against Liverpool. I don't remember that. Let me not just talk about it, but again, in my opinion, I think he's one of the best defenders currently within our ranks, and I'm not sure why he isn't starting games. Yes, please, people, go check out our sister channel. We're recently crossed the 1,000 subscriber goal, and it continues to grow. I do a lot during international breaks. Didn't do much this particular international break, but we'll get there eventually. I think that would be after my move. After settling down, yep, we'll plan things accordingly. I won't be surprised if KDH plays. I pray Enzo helps. Casado definitely Lavia injured. I hope he recovers well. I'm not sure who's out and who's available, but I think as we start to look at the items we have lined up, probably we'll find out if any of our important players are out injured. Let's get on to it, people. Keep dropping the likes on the stream. The likes do go a long way. I appreciate you guys. I'm going to close out some tabs that we don't need, so we don't stress the system unnecessarily. This is an interesting one. It's not news, but it's just more like you could say educating ourselves on the success of our Spanish Spanish players that have played for the club, and are currently still under the on the club's books for. I'm not sure how correctly to phrase that. English isn't my first language, so pardon me. So the title reads, which of these Spanish players were worth the amount paid for them? We have four there, but we're missing Pedro, we're missing Marcos Alonso. I'd say none here. No, Cucurella definitely. I think, yeah. He's been brilliant for us. For, you could say, let's just stick with this season. But I've always known that that's a good player in him. That it was only a matter of time before he starts showing what he's capable of doing. But he's been one of our defenders, and I did hear something a few days ago that at Chelsea we were looking to sign another left back, and the manager said no, we don't have to do that, and that's because we have him. We still have Renato Viega, who's capable of fulfilling the left back role. So for me, Fernando Torres, whether, I mean, it depends on who you ask. For me, I'd say no. He didn't measure. He didn't do anything close to what he was able to do at Liverpool. Alvaro Morata, yeah, not even close to how much we paid for him. Kepa Arrizabalaga, yeah, it depends on who you ask. I still say no. I think we overpaid at the time, and Roman didn't care much. Yeah, because he wasn't in it for the profit. He was just more like a toy for him, a big boy's toy for him. Spend, and if he senses that we're gonna get into trouble with financial regulatory bodies, I don't know if it'd be correct to say he buys the debt or something to that effect, but I'm not quite sure. But Houston, Keparis Balaga, I'd say no, we didn't get our money's worth. Alvaro Morata, we didn't get our money's worth. Fernando Torres, we definitely did not get our money's worth. Cucurella, I'd say yes, and we're still on it. Marcos Alonso, yes, we did get our money's worth. Pedro, we did get our money's worth. But in Fernando Torres, it depends on who you ask. Keparis Balaga, definitely not for me. But let's hear your opinion. Big up to you too, Chelsea Blue. Nice to see you. I do hope you're doing well. Big up, AB. Nice to see you. Fernando Torres was a big game. Big Okay, big game player in cup games. I disagree. It's between Mata or Fabregas. Yeah, Fabregas right up there. We did get our money's worth. Even Mata, we did get our money's worth, and we sold them for with some profit, actually, with a considerable profit. Really, I can't quite remember how much we sold him for, but we did make some money from him. But we did get our money's worth from him, in all honesty. Let's see what this one. Yeah, Alonso, just for his goals against Spurs, and yeah, I think he was brilliant on the. But that alone is huge, given our rivalry with with Spurs. So I agree. It's between Mata and who. Cuckoo. Cuckoo is there. Alonso is there. Pedro is there. Cesc Fabregas, you must not forget. He did well at Chelsea. Marcus Alonso was excellent on the he was excellent under Antonio Conte, and he started well on the Thomas Tuchel, but didn't play consistently, which you could argue was the reason why he had to leave when he left. But that's, by the way, keep dropping the likes on the stream, people. The likes do go along. We sincerely do appreciate you all. Let's move on to the next item we have lined up here. Barcelona. This is an interesting one, so I really do want to get your 2 cents. Yeah, let's hear you. How can you forget Diego Costa? I Probably because I know he's Brazilian. He's of Brazilian descent and probably chose to represent um, the Spanish national team. So apologies anyway. Even at that, I shouldn't have forgotten about him. So apologies, Diego Costa, right there. We did get our money's worth. We sold them for nearly twice as much the amount we paid for him. Correct me if I'm wrong. So let's talk about him, Christensen. I'm not into name calling, but every time I see his name, what comes to mind is the names that Chelsea fans call him. One being a Cristiana, and I remember the person like I said, that name called him the most was Matt, a friend of mine from Australia. Yep, I mean it'd be correct to say Matt. Yeah, my bro too. Matt, 86 goal and assist in total. That's crazy. He was brilliant for us, and I think he was he was Jose Mourinho's second stint as Chelsea manager. When I realized that yeah, Mourinho was coming back, I knew immediately that he'd sold Mata, that Mata will be so to speak, that he'd sell Mata. Why Mata defensively isn't dependable. But we were able to accommodate him. We played with two sixes in most cases at the time. Correct me if I'm wrong, and he was just brilliant. We know it was just like having Eden Hazard on the pitch. You know, offensively, uh, he'd be brilliant, but defensively, he doesn't have much to offer. Mata was like that, but yeah, we had other players that make up for Mata's lack of defensive contributions. He was brilliant set piece. He was excellent either to put it in the box for his teammates to get at the end of it and get a goal. He has excellent vision. He wasn't the quickest, wasn't the most physical, but yeah, he was doing it for us. But I'd be lying if I didn't if again, let me just say this: the moment I heard of Mourinho's possible return at the time, I knew that was it for Mata. Yep, and he eventually still again he was still at United when Mourinho went to Man United. But that's by the way, Pedro too was great. Yep, I did mention Pedro. I cannot take a Christensen. Let's see, but let's read it. This says Barcelona are ready to sell defender Andreas Christensen as it's no longer considered as part of the club's long-term plans. Houston, I thought the reason for his absence was that he's currently still out injured. I thought I was actually, if you ask me, I'd say he is what's his name, Hansi Flick's type of number 9. Honestly, oh my goodness, what am I smoking? Yeah, the legendary Dave Cesar Aspliqueta. Why? How? You know what? I owe you guys an apology. And you, Wycliffe Barish, you did not even mention Cesar Aspliqueta. That's a sin, really. But it's a sin to have mentioned all these players without mentioning Cesar Aspliqueta. He was a consummate again, his commitment, even during our lowest moment under Porter, who again he still was able to stand out. Yeah, he still was able to stand out. His commitment, you don't question it, irrespective of how badly we're playing at any given time. So I'd say, yeah, it's a sin to forget Cesar Riquelme. We're mentioning our Spanish players. We paid just £8 million for him, by the way. Yeah, and some quarters are reporting 7.5, but even if we paid 20 for him, we got our money's worth. When he wasn't the most, in my opinion, he comes across as not the most vocal on the pitch, but he led by example, commitment, everything. He was a consummate professional. So apologies for leaving him out. Oh my goodness, that's a sin, really, in my opinion. And to be go, big up to you. The Echo Man is in the house. Nice to see you. I do hope you're doing well. And yes, people, please keep dropping likes on the stream. Let's get the likes up. We're currently at 21 likes and we are 28 minutes into the show. We have a total of 51 people following the show, 17 on YouTube, the rest on X. And if you're following the show on X, we appreciate you. But please do us a favor, drop a like on the video, share it, and also follow our X account. And if you're following the show on YouTube, do us a favor, drop a like on the video, and also do subscribe to our YouTube channel. Florent Maluda, he wasn't. No, Maluda was French. Yeah, he's French, so to speak. He hasn't stopped being French. Correct? No, Maluda is in Spanish. Am I losing it? If I'm losing it, please do let me know. Yeah. More likes, people, more likes. But Kevin, nice to see you. I appreciate you. Let's get the likes up, people. The likes do go a long way. And for those of you who are following the show, but for one reason or the other, you're not able to participate in the chat, we appreciate you. But please do us a favor, take a second, drop a like on the video for us to help us garner more likes. Would really appreciate that. Finally, yeah. What about Frank Lampard? We got him for cheap, but this is the discussion is specific to Spanish players. Yeah, definitely we did get our money's worth from Frank Lampard, in my opinion. Yep, not just in my opinion. I think that's it's as clear as day. Not even an argument, in my opinion. Finally, yeah, back at work. Surprisingly, we're referring to Spanish players only. Yep, not English players or just the entirety of, you can say, former Chelsea players and all. But just by the way, keep dropping the likes on the stream. The likes do go a long way. I appreciate you all finding the time to join the show. Let's get your opinion. Would you like to see Andreas Christensen back at Chelsea? For me, no. I liked him, and at the time, I was one of those preaching that he is well equipped and probably you say how let me find the correct way to get my point across. I was one of those arguing at the time that he's equipped enough and capable of taking on you can say that Thiago Silva role. Because yeah, he is an intelligent player. He's good, really. He's excellent on the ball. He hardly ever panics under pressure. He can actually play as a DM. Yep, and he has good passing range. The only issue I had with him at the time, he came again, except for the Champions League final, I quite remember, which chances again, I'd argue Thiago Silva's injury during that game probably might have been a blessing in disguise, but that's an argument for another day. The only issue I had with him at the time, he tended to he did tend again he you can say you don't see him in big games. Yeah, on occasions we've heard that he was sick or he got sick, and during halftime when the manager wanted to bring him on, it turned out again he became sick. So I didn't like that at the time, but in the Champions League final against Manchester City, he did deliver. When he came in for Thiago Silva, he actually, I felt like, yeah, he was more mobile, quicker, energetic, and probably might have been a blessing in disguise. But that's by the way, I don't want him. But most of all, yeah, that's a solid argument that he jumped ship uh, when we were in need, when we needed him to stick with us, to suffer with us. He was never going to do that. Yep. Maybe for monetary reasons, I don't know. But he did say at the time that we don't respect him at Chelsea, that he will always be that academy kid, something to that effect. I can't quite remember word for word what he said at the time. Um, yeah, for me, I don't think it makes sense to bring him back because I'm quite sure majority of Chelsea fans wouldn't want to see him don the blue shirt again for us, and I'm one of those. Not because I don't like him. I've said it a billion times. I like him. He's an intelligent player. He's excellent on the ball. Uh, hardly ever panics under pressure. He's as cool as ice under pressure. But unfortunately, yeah, I think he jumped ship when we needed him to stick it out with us. He ran. He took to his heels. So I don't think we should even consider bringing him back. And that's my opinion anyway. Let's see what we have here, Coach. Albert Farilla, super right back from Barca. I don't I don't remember that name. Apologies. Nope, I don't want him back, please, because he left us again for his reasons. So yeah, let him stay there and enjoy it. It's like I'm looking for an analogy here. But here's the thing. Let's just stick with the fact that he jumped ship when we needed him to stick with us. he didn't want to stay. Even Rudiger, the same thing. As much as if we get the opportunity to bring him back, I'd say at least, yeah, he can help lead the back line. Even at that, it's difficult to look beyond the fact that, yeah, he jumped ship too when we needed him the most and was making all sorts of excuses. He could have waited until the takeover again the completion of the takeover to decide on what to do, but he left even before the takeover was completed. Correct me if I'm wrong. Christensen was a snake. He faked injuries. I wouldn't say he faked injuries when he was at Chelsea. I think he maybe it'd be. I'm inclined to believe that he feared participating in big games at certain time. At certain, you could say during his time at Chelsea, maybe before the Champions League final under Thomas Tuchel, maybe he had overcome that issue of fearing to participate in big games because yeah, he was excellent in that Champions League final when Thiago Silva came off injured. The only issue is where when we need him, he's sick or on. Yeah, exactly. So it wasn't just me. This is something that was common knowledge within the fan base at the time that yeah, during big games, when the manager turns around to try to bring him on, you see that he's in the bathroom or maybe he's sick or something happens. Yeah, and I don't think he does come across as the sort of individual he doesn't deal with criticisms very well. He doesn't deal with criticism very well. It affects him, and it takes a while for him to overcome. You could say poor form. Christensen has stomach issues that are triggered by nerves because every game apparently, I'd say, listen to his defense, it wasn't every game. It wasn't every game. I think I did pay close attention to that pattern. I think it was just during big games, and that's that is just my opinion anyway. I think it was just during big games, and yeah, I liked him so much, so I was able to pay close attention. But in all honesty, this is so believable the way you phrased it. But no. Come on, man. And Heston, once again, the if you have a sibling, your a family member, your wife or co-worker who's celebrating his or her birthday, do let us know so we can, yeah, shout them out with balloons, fireworks, and all that to celebrate with you because we're family here. But just by the way, that I like that one really. Okay, big up to you too, Gungbe. Nice to see you. I do hope you're doing well. Again, playing out from the back. Namaya, let's keep the topics aligned. Otherwise, I will assume you're having a good conversation with a community member in the chat, which you have every right to. Note to Christensen. Christensen, yep, under pressure, it doesn't. I couldn't say it any better than the way the Bluetooth game said it. Yeah, Sanchez would have him sprinting to the bathroom on every set piece. And I agree. Because yeah, he's not gonna be. Here's how I think how we were able to help him overcome that. I don't know if it wasn't it. I don't think it'd be correct to say nervous breakdown, or maybe a nervous, you could say, related issue at the time. I'm not sure how it's to phrase that. The best way to get that point across, but I think the presence of I think what's his name, Rudiger, did help within the pairing of him and Rudiger did help at the time. To a considerable extent, but in all honesty, I do not want to see this brother back at Chelsea, and that's just my opinion, and I'm just gonna leave it up, irrespective of how good I believe he is. I was one of his biggest defenders at the time, because yeah, I did see something in him, his football and intelligence and all that. And he's again my argument at the time that yeah, he's probably and well equipped and the most equipped to actually take on that Thiago Silva mantle, the gentleness, you could say, being the one that maybe dilutes the aggressive approach by Antonio Rudiger at the time. But that's by the way, Bobby. Big up to you. I appreciate you finding time to join the show this particular morning. I do hope. Is it still morning? Okay, it's noon now. 5 minutes past noon my time. But Bobby, thank you for joining. How are you doing, man?
Who knows when, where, if, when, and what?
Mm. I'm going to say this again, Bobby.
But
That's
this,
because we're moving from Las Vegas to Texas, and the process is complicated. We have to find school for the kids. We have to rent the current house, renovate
oh,
it, and everything. So it's not been straightforward. But we've
okay.
been streaming pretty consistently, you can say, for a few days now. But I can understand you're busy and bills don't pay themselves. But thank you for always reaching out and asking what's going on. I sincerely do appreciate that. um Bobby, we're talking about
Well,
Andreas Christensen.
mhm.
Nothing says that we're interested. I haven't seen anything to suggest we're interested in signing him. But it comes up because I think from last month a lot of Chelsea fans are calling for us to go for him because we had defensive issues. Even Antonio Rudiger, some are saying that he's falling out with Carlo Ancelotti. I'm not sure. I haven't seen anything that I haven't read anything that's believable with regards to that particular, you could say, talk. But in the case of Andreas Christensen, this is saying that Barcelona are ready to sell defender Andreas Christensen, his copper. You can argue maybe no longer Chelsea through and through because he left us when we needed him the most. He's no longer considered as part of Barcelona's long-term plans. Is he a player you would like to see back at Chelsea? Or do you have concern? Or you're one of those that thinks that he betrayed us that we should just look beyond him? Although clearly we're looking at other targets and nothing says that Chelsea are interested in bringing him back. But let's hear you, Bobby.
No, coach. There's a reason Barcelona want to let him go.
Mm,
Um, his time has been and gone. He had his chance to, walk into the Hall of Fame at Chelsea, but he chose uh, to give us a few shenanigans with his nervous disposition. Maybe that's why Barcelona want to part ways with him, because you can't have a nervous player when you're playing big games all the time. Um, that's it. I think that chapter's closed. We need to move on. I don't see the point in him coming back to Chelsea. Honestly, he's not even that commanding force that
mm.
Chelsea could possibly need. I mean, if it's somebody like Tar, although Tar is older,
Jonathan
um,
Tah.
yeah, I mean, okay, we can say that would be a commanding force. But Christensen, no.
Yeah, I'd say I'd stick. I like him, but I'll stick with the fact that he jumped ship when we needed him the most. Let's take you back a bit. Anything else? We talked about the you could say our most successful Spanish players. Let me use that term. Um, in your opinion, so far, if you'd have to choose as the most successful Spanish player that at Chelsea, who would it be, Bobby? That's played for Chelsea or still playing at Chelsea? Who would it be?
Wow, Aspie. We've had Aspie in terms of being the most decorated. Um, Cucurella is fast becoming a high quality Spanish player. We've had Cesc Fabregas. We've had a few. Um, uh, there's a guy he was a right back called Chappie. That was his nickname. Something
Why
Albert,
did I know him?
Albert Pereira or something. Chappie Pereira, he was. Oh gosh, that was back in the 90s, early 2000s. So we have had good Spanish players, of course. Fernando Torres, did it really happen for him here? Maybe not, but he was significant with the Champions League win. Um, and I think possibly even with the UEFA Cup win. Alvaro Morata, a little bit erratic, but had his moments. But in terms of the real legends, you go from Aspi. I think Cucurella will walk into that if he continues in the vein he's in, and of course Cesc Fabregas come to mind.
I would go with Aspi. Cesc Fabregas didn't get to win the Champions League with us. Aspi did. Aspi topples him with Club World Cup. European Super Cup. That's and the Champions League three. I think I actually didn't phrase the question like that. We were just looking at the screen and discussing, you could say, which of the Spanish players that played for Chelsea that we got our money's worth. We did mention Juan Mata, and then I actually did forget to mention Aspi. How that's possible, I honestly do not know. But yeah, I think Aspi, that's an excellent one, Bobby. There, yeah, he by
That's
far,
that's easily
yeah,
done because Aspie was with us for so long. We'd often forget he wasn't a Cobham player. um,
yeah, he was a consummate
he was
professional
a
also.
yeah. Even I forgot one matter. That's what happens when you leave us midstream, out of sight, slowly becomes out of mind. But Juan Mata, certainly his exploits in the Champions League, although he missed this penalty, which we could have done without. But yeah, he was a good player.
Yeah, Mata was never a good penalty taker, but he was excellent for us. And I don't know if you were one of those that realized when it was clear that Mourinho was returning to the club that eventually Mata would be sold. And why? Because yeah, he was excellent, an excellent offensive player, but doesn't contribute much defensively. So I realized at the time, yeah, that was going to happen. Yeah, so Christensen for Bobby, the same thing. So let's hear what we have here. Pedro
Yeah,
Neto is not. Go ahead, Bobby. Were you saying something?
no, I was saying absolutely. He wasn't a Mourinho type player. Funnily
No, he
enough,
was.
Mourinho had him in Man United, so
Yep, he had to just work with them. But I don't think Mata was happy under Mourinho at United. I think I remember one incident where he hauled him off the pitch and he clearly wasn't happy. He showed it by he showed dissent as he was walking off the pitch. Let's really see Javier. Anything else? Keep dropping the likes on the stream. His costing Basa a small fortune. Toilet tissue and diapers are far too expensive in Spain. Yep, they're actually not paying him that much, and he has a release clause. I think was it 400 million. I think it was 400 million euros. I remember that when they were signing. You can say there were still there was again they had the financial issues at the time were still very big. So as they were signing players, they were tying them down with a lengthy contract and a huge release clause. And his was 400 million. And right now, I don't think they get anything close to even 40 million pounds. They'd be lucky to get something close to that. Big up, big up, big up, big up to you, Kishan. Nice to see you out. I hope you're doing well. Hopefully, we will be talking about Mark Spain 2 years from now. Yep, still a long way to go. That's a good player in there, but unfortunately, up close, I'm seeing in terms of his ability to drop deep and participate in the play, not really his thing, and that will make a whole lot of difference on that Enzo Maresca. But that's just my opinion anyway. We'll find out. Markey hasn't played yet. He's again when he's played already, you could see he's not a hybrid number nine. Hybrid number nines would do a lot better under Enzo Maresca, in my opinion. But his pressing, wow, he's excellent with his pressing. This says Pedro Neto is not in the Portugal squad tonight. He left the camp after the game against Poland. So they qualified. So no need staying. And I think I did read something as where the Portuguese manager said something to the effect of, yeah, he's in a big club like Chelsea and some blah, 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 probably showing that he understands, again, we need them. Bobby, let's talk about this before we move on. I remember you express your discontent with the
concern
fact
about
that
Lavia.
Lavia
Yeah.
had to travel to join the Belgium national team. And look where we're at right now. He's injured.
Well,
We're not too sure whether he's going to be ready for the Leicester City game.
well, we're not sure if it is an injury. We're told it's a precaution, but you and I both know we've heard that before with Lavia, and he was out for several months. So I don't know. Let's hope it is indeed a precaution. And if it is, if we need him to rest out the Leicester game, then so be
Hmm.
it, because longevity is the thing with him. But it does start to highlight the need for, if Andre Santos is up to it, his return certainly in the summer, because Lavia, he's not going to be. It looks like he's quite is now sort of a bit of an injury-prone guy, which is a shame because his partnership with Caicedo, I believe, is our best midfield um, pairing, at least for that six. But yeah, it is a concern. I never wanted him to go to international because he hasn't completed 90 minutes for Chelsea. So it was ridiculous for him to even attempt that. In terms of Pedro Neto, I think it's very wise. I understand he's even back in Cobham now.
Mhm.
It is the wisest thing to do. Why risk him on an international where if he's not playing for his club, it doesn't serve any purpose for anybody. So I'm glad he's back. It's Monday. He has a full week to train. There's been discussion as to whether he will actually play against Leicester because I'm made to understand he's a yellow card away from a suspension. And I think he'll be far more valuable for us against Aston Villa than against Leicester. But, that's left to be seen. But yeah, wisdom in that sort of decision. Caicedo didn't play one game. I think the next game he's due to play. I don't know what's going on with Enzo, and he plays almost every minute he can for Argentina. But two of them coming back jaded, late, and unrested for the Leicester game. We know what that does to our midfield. So I'm quite concerned about our midfield in that game.
Mhm.
Um, I don't know if we're going to rely on Caicedo and Enzo. I think that's going to be a very shaky part of our game.
I mean, I think
Games are won and lost in the midfield.
yeah, I totally understand the manager's preference for the pairing of Lavia and Moses Caicedo. I think important when we play very strong teams against Leicester City. I think we'll be all right. And I was one of those. We were again. If you we were we
We
did
can't
realize
underestimate them, coach.
I'm not. No, I don't. I'm not saying we should underestimate them. I'm just saying I think we'll be all right. But let's see what the manager does. After all, if he wants to go with again two defensive-minded sixes, we still have Cesare Casadehi. We still have Renato Viega. Both can actually do. A lot more defensively than Enzo Fernandez, but that's just my opinion anyway. We'll see. What else do we have here? Hopefully, we will be okay. I think we've read that, Marguerite. We've also read that. Let's see what else we have. I want us to round off as soon as possible so we can go join Chelsea FC Jingles. He'll be streaming in about, I think, should be 20 minutes right now. We've talked about this. What else do we have here? Where's keeping tabs? Where's keeping tabs on Jules Kounde? Chelsea are also continuing to monitor Ronald Araujo, whose long-term future at Barca remains in doubt. Why are they looking to sell a lot of their players? And I don't believe the rumors that we're still interested in signing Jules Kounde. I'm not sure what to make of this. If you're in the chat, let us know your opinion. And the source being quoted is TBR Football. I don't know them. I don't know whether to trust them or not. But let's see what people has to say in the chat. Yep. Because today we have an elite level baller in KDH who can fill in for Lavia. Perfect. It's not gonna work because I'm quite
That's
sure.
a
But
wind up.
he,
That's a wind up.
he knows exactly what he's doing, and he just done. He can phrase it perfectly so that you believe he's serious. Wow. Let's see what people in the chat have to say with regards to the possibility of Jules Kounde joining Chelsea. I don't believe that report. Maybe Araujo maybe, but Jules Kounde no. And but Kishan believes he'll be a solid get for us. Do I think we'd get him? I don't know. I think what's some Hansi Flick likes him. Game time for KDH or Casade. I think probably we'll see in the midfield area. No, probably Casade, but we'll see. Eventually KDH will come good. That's my opinion anyway. We're going to be linked to every available center back this winter. Exactly. Bobby, anything you want to say? Jules Kounde, Ronald Araujo. I'm not sure I'm pronouncing his last name correctly. You have anything to add to that?
Not really. I find the Jules Kounde one interesting. I mean, I don't know.
Is he a
I
player you
think,
like?
well, I think more to the question will be, one, is he available? Two, do do Chelsea fans want him after all the shenanigans with Barca? I don't know. I don't even know if that's relevant, but I don't believe it. I don't think Hansi Flick will want to get rid of him, like that. I just don't.
I think he's been playing enough. And in terms of shenanigans, I'd say the deal to get him to Stamford Bridge did fall through at the time, not because of him, but because we changed our mind. I can quite I remember the comment. I think was it what's this club at the time? What's this club at the time? Why can I not remember? Can't
He
think
was with
straight right now.
Seville. Seville.
Sevilla, I think he was Sevilla, yeah. At the time that they thought he was going to Chelsea, and boom, we pulled out. I think it wasn't, he really did want to come to us at the time. He did want to come to us. We changed our mind for some reason. The club, you could say, hasn't made made anything public with regards to why our pursuit of Jules Kounde fell through at the time. I don't know. Do I think he's a good player? I think he's a good player. Do I think we need him now? I'd say no. He's more for me, from what I know so far, I think he's more effective in a right centre back position in a three at the back approach. That's just my opinion. Essentially, I don't trust him. In my opinion, I don't know. Okay, we move on. What else do we have here? We have this one here talking about Real Betis. Real Betis are expected to step up their bid to sign Chelsea midfielder Cesare Casadei on loan in January. One player that I say, if he isn't playing, just let him go on loan. He's that good. And I get it. He was the one that opted to stay. I thought maybe at the time I was arguing that maybe we didn't find any we didn't find clubs that one clubs that were interested in signing him at the time. It was you that said you don't think so, and it turns out the kid decided to stay to fight for his place. But the truth remains, because I'm not just gonna, because I like him and say we should keep him. If he isn't playing, he will not get to that level that we know he can get to, which led to us paying how much we paid for him. I'd rather him leave on loan. Look at Andreas Santos. Maybe the better option would be for him to join Strasbourg while Andreas Santos comes back to Chelsea, because you can say, they're pretty similar. I can't quite tell at the moment. I cannot quite tell how they differ. I know they're a bit different, but one thing they have in common is that both can actually fulfill, you can say, that role of hybrid of 8 and 6, or maybe box to box midfield role. But I wouldn't risk anything. Can With regards to the possibility, you can say I wouldn't want him to join Real Betis, so to speak. I'd rather Andreas Santos come back and him go the other way, go join Strasbourg, play week in week out, because they prioritize developing him. Because yeah, it's our sister club, but Betis, they're not obliged to do so. We've had a situation where, who was it that went out on loan, even though there's an agreement in place that if he didn't play a certain amount of game, that we'd get, was it 1 million plus or so, they didn't even care even after that, because yeah, he's not their asset, for lack of a more specific way to phrase that. So Bobby, what do you think we should do?
I can assure you that Cedric Cassidy is not going anywhere, not until at least the summer. Chelsea is not in the business of furnishing other clubs. We're in the business of having the best in our squad that we can have. That's what we do. Cassidy, he plays. He does play minutes. He plays quite a lot in the Conference League. They give him runouts in the cups when they
Hmm.
can. He's a young player. Some of these players that go to Liverpool, you don't see them for months. Even till today. Diego Jota hardly comes on. He just comes off the bench a lot of the time. And I think he's one of the best strikers in the Premier League, and nobody talks. Arsenal had Marino, Zinchenko, Jorginho, all on their bench. Only one of them came on. We need to stop this.
But,
The
but
guy
the age of the player in question is where we have to pay attention to. He needs
doesn't
to be
doesn't
playing.
matter. Doesn't matter. He's a Chelsea player. He plays enough. A lot of these guys we send out on loan, they just sit on the bench for these other teams and play no more than Casade is getting for Chelsea now. I know he's not going anyway because Maresca has sort of alluded to that. And I don't think he needs to. Conference League games are good, um, cup games are good, and the occasional appearance in the Premier League. What, for a 19, maximum 20-year-old player? That's quite a lot of exposure. So we seem to always look to at what is better for our players elsewhere. That's not the Chelsea model. Never has been, never will be. So, we have to, as a fan base, get used to a squad, a proper squad. Look at Real Madrid. Look what they bring off the bench. Look at even Bayern Munich, Barcelona, Man City. I've already spoken about Arsenal and mentioned Liverpool. People bring players of ultimate quality off the bench, and we're looking to always offload. Nah, he's not going anywhere. His development isn't hampered by what's happening with his playtime at the moment. In the summer, it can be reviewed, but for this season, we need that squad depth, and he's part of it.
Yeah, he's part of it. My only concern is at this age he needs to be playing a lot more. I wouldn't hurt to do the same thing. The you could say Andreas Santos decided to do: leave on loan, play regularly at Strasbourg, and look him continues to develop. And then if he comes back before we decide to bring him back, we'll be rest assured that if anything, he'll be a rotational player. But in the case of Cesare Casade, he's not even a rotational player. And unfortunately, your cousin, what's his name? Your cousin, Juice Hall, is ahead of him in the pecking order. Maybe not from your perspective, but certainly from the manager's perspective, and given what we've seen. But I know where you're coming from. I love him, and I'm glad we didn't sell him. And I'm glad even when AC Milan knocked, I think Juve too, we said no, we don't want to sell him. But despite when the kid himself, he's spoken highly of how he's happy to be at Chelsea, and yeah, his main aim is to become, you could say, a starter at Chelsea Football Club. And I know he has the talent to, but if he's not going to be playing a lot more, I'd rather him go on loan elsewhere, not sell him. Andreas Santos can come back, make up the numbers if the squad depth is your concern, Bobby. I get where you're coming from. Gallagher got to go for England last night, so with KDH, anything is possible. Just go away, man. Are you watching the US Jamaica tonight? Yeah, I would definitely. My son, he likes to watch their games. Yep, and so shockingly, he knows the name of all the panelists here. And knows Chelsea players, knows the US players better than I do. I have to be honest with you. Yeah, what time? Ask him, he's going to show you there. I don't know what time he's starting, but I'm not going to miss it. But it's usually in the evening. Carney needs to be sold in January. I'd rather we sell him if he's not going to get a chance to play. Let's sell him. Let's not waste his talent. He's an excellent player. For me, he's the closest to Ruben Loftus-Cheek. He's in terms of his ability to find solution in tight spaces. The sort of eight he is. He can actually fulfill the number 10 role, actually. But unfortunately, it doesn't look like it's going to work out for him at Chelsea. No way we'll let Carney leave. Yeah, unfortunately, it looks like he's going to leave. There's no position for Carney to play. As soon as we have here, Carney not going to get in at the 10, and he cannot play the 8 and 6. I think Carney can fulfill this 8th role, not the 6th role, but he can fulfill the 8th role, in my opinion. Let's see what else we have here. Keep dropping the likes and the likes do go a long way. Yeah. So Nkunku, yeah, it's everywhere really. Let's see anything else. Keep dropping the likes and the likes do go a long way because today we'll get his chances. But you get my argument. We shouldn't have signed KDH because we had Ugochukwu and Kasade. Bobby will be very happy with that comment. Um, but again, and if anybody is saying we signed him, the manager didn't ask for him, I don't believe that. And I still believe he'd come good, in my opinion. Is he struggling right now? Clearly. No need to beat about the bush there. Anything else here? We
KDH
have East.
remains. He
Go ahead,
remains.
Bobby.
KDH remains a signing I will never understand. He's just
Until
taking
proven
up
otherwise,
space.
right?
Well, I think he has a long, long way to prove that. He's just taking up space. He's one of these bad investments that we occasionally do. I can't see any way forward with a player like that. Let him surprise me. I'm looking forward to it.
Wow, that's serious, really. Ryan Cherki once again will be in this feature. Yes, I don't know them well. They're saying that Chelsea have made Ryan Cherki a big transfer target and have tabled an offer of 20 million euros as they try to take advantage of Olympique Lyonnais' financial situation. And by the way, at the end of the season, they're going to get relegated irrespective of what they finish, where they finish. I'm not sure I don't quite understand their situation, but they are in trouble. For Cherki, Cherki is an excellent player. Um, Last 2 seasons, actually, rumors were that we were going to sign him. And then the following season, some rumors emerged suggesting that Cherky, would want to come to Chelsea to play alongside his body in his friend, a former teammate in Malo Gusto. Cherky is a very good player, and he's still very young. How old is he actually right now? I think at most 22. Let me check. But Chucky is a good player. He's that sort of 10, capable, you can say, capable of, you can say, ruling the world in a few years if he can work hard consistently. But I'm hearing that he had attitude issues. I haven't firsthand witnessed any issues with regards to his attitude. He just comes across as that sort of player that is confident in his abilities to do whatever he wants to do with the ball. I don't know him personally, so and I did argue at the time. I don't think his attitude is an issue. That's usually comes with the territory of being a very good player. You'd have one issue or the other. For me, I think it's just people judging him unfairly, given that you could argue he's that sort of player that knows what he's capable of doing and always confident. But I'm not sure. But Bobby, what do you think? Do you think we should sign him? He can fulfill the number 10 role. He can also play on the flanks.
Um, I'm just wondering where he'll fit in. We're struggling to fit people like Nkunku in, and
Even Madeke, all of them, and the Brazilian kid will so join us next year.
yeah, although he's left to be seen if he doesn't need to go out on loan. But I don't know. I really don't know where he would fit in. If he does, Madueke would be at risk. He's already at risk from Esteval William. Um, I don't know, and I'll be surprised if we're looking at him. I understand he's a very good player. I don't doubt it. But after a while, first of all, you have to say, one, is he better than what we've got already? And two, would we like to sacrifice what we've got already to create space for him? I'm not sure the answer would be yes to either of those questions.
Yeah, he's still just 21, the same age as I think he's Gusto 22 right now. I can't remember. We shouldn't have signed KD to have read that one. Casade and Leslie should have said, in my opinion. Casade is on the team. Yeah, I'm not sure what his news. Okay, let's see. Turkey was a signing I was really looking forward to. He's a very good dribbler, and yeah, needs a little bit. You can say his game is not polished yet, but he's still 21. So surprise, surprise, Keats will always be Keats. I wanted us to sign him, and then rumors emerged that some of our scouting personnel they had issues with his attitude, which for me at the time I said not a huge issue for me. That comes with the territory of being a very good player. We need a striker to put the goal in the back of the net. I have my argument with regards to that. Omari Kellyman too. Yeah, that one he hasn't actually kicked the ball for us. Hasn't even trained. So we signed him while he was injured, so he's still recovering. Yeah, Chucky. I'm not sure whether to believe this report.
What on earth is going on with Omari Kellerman?
I'm not sure. I'm not sure, but it was. You could say I don't know if it be correct to say he was a transactional signing. Though people, again, other clubs and the press were saying, yeah, what sort of nonsense is this? But it's again, he's a good player. He has potential. He's a talent, but too young to be part of the first team. We knew that before we signed him, but he was injured before we signed him, so he's still recovering. Yeah. Whether transactional or not, it doesn't matter. He's a talent, in my opinion. We got Kellyman for 19 million. Yeah, I think it'd be correct to say he was just a transactional signing. For Cherki, if we can sign him, I'd take him. These are the players pictured during our training sessions. So that's definitely Malo Gusto. Wesley Fofana there. Cole Palmer trained, so we're good. In my opinion, who has trained, but I don't know if you've seen. Rich James also did train. Who accessed the Cersei? Nicholas Jackson needs to learn French. As a Senegalese guy,
Yeah,
he only tends to speak English. Okay, that's a different issue. Jadon Sancho trained, which means it's a sign that he's fully fit.
I saw
Who else?
Caicedo and Enzo in those pictures, so I really don't know when that training
Are
session.
they both back?
Well, if you go onto the Chelsea, the blue stand, and you look at the training pictures, they're there. So I don't know whether they're old ones. I was confused. So I thought, okay,
I'm not sure why I didn't check that. I think you're correct. I did get an alert saying, guess who trained today, something to that effect.
yeah,
But let me
exactly.
check.
It was under that caption. If you've got it, you can easily access it. Just
Yeah,
go
I
to the
have.
blue
Yeah, let me
stand.
check. Yeah, I'm in fifth stand right now. Let me check.
Sorry, the fifth stand, and you'll see it.
Okay, let me see Chelsea Diary 3. I'm looking for that one in particular. It can be quirky at times. So this is 13 hours ago. So why is it not showing me the homepage? Ah, gosh. 9 hours ago. Okay, 3 hours ago. Okay, gallery. Okay, that's it. Gallery. Back on the pitch. Tosin didn't travel. Walk on the carbon grass has restarted ahead of this weekend's return to Premier League action. With the international break beginning to wind down, our trip to Leicester City this weekend now comes into focus, and that means that the action has restarted on the training pitch at us. Is this Surrey? How you pronounce that? Surrey training ground. During Enzo Maresca's first session of the week, Reece James and Cole Palmer were among those involved with walk across in the gym and grass. Okay, across the gym and grass. Also taking part were Tosin Adarabi Oyo, Benoit Badiashile, those didn't travel, and Jordan Sancho. The three of them didn't travel. Okay, you can scroll through. Let's look at the pictures. Reece James here, Malo Gusto, Wesley Fofana, Reece James, Ben Chilwell in the picture, but of course I don't think he plays. Jadon Sancho, Cole Palmer here once again, Levi Colwell there, Philip Jorgensen, Benwell Badeshile, your cousin Keenan Driscoll Hall, Carney Chukwemeka in the picture here. Yeah, who's missing? So no Enzo Fernandez and Moises Caicedo. Yeah. So let's see anything else. And people again go. Let's. I'm gonna get the link and share it. I tried to redirect to his show, but I couldn't because he doesn't set up. He didn't have that set up properly. Chelsea FC jingle probably live right now. We should go support him. Kellyman is injured. I'm saying he might be someone they look to bring into the first team next season.
Coach,
Ah, yeah, go
yes.
ahead.
No. You've done it now. I was the messages underneath.
Oh, okay. Let's see what else we have here. We're rounding off right now to go join Chelsea FC Jingles for his for his live show. Thank you so much, Mabas05, my Iraqi bro. Nice to see you. Cherki, that signing wouldn't make sense, and we have Felix and Palma and even Nkunku for the central attacking midfield position. Heston, I'm one of those that if my club sees any player they feel like they want to be bring in, even if it leads to us leading the players where one player we already have, I don't care. That's what big clubs do. But nice to see you, Tobeho. Quickly, I'll give you a chance to speak so that if you have anything else to say, so we can just go join go join Jude on Chelsea FC Jingles. But big up Tobeho. Lateness is greatness, they say. Let's hear you if you're there.
Yeah, big up, guys. How are you?
Big up, my bro.
Yeah, actually, I'm watching the Portugal game, and then remember Chelsea has scouting this guy kid called Thomas Arafa. So far, so good. It's been
Oh, you're
brilliant.
watching is it Arajo? Is that how it is pronounced?
Yes, I think that's how it pronounced. Maybe we pronounce him differently, but again, I think he's playing very, very well overall. I'm also watching Renato Vega. John Felix just scored a goal, so overall it's a good thing.
Oh, John Felix just scored.
Yes.
Excellent. Nothing else, Bobby. Anything else you want to talk about, Bobby?
No, not at the moment.
All right. I'm going to share the link to Jude Chelsea House's Jingles YouTube channel so we can all go join him and support him. He's one of us and he's always here to support us. But thank you for joining, Tabu. I appreciate you. All right. Thank you to
Okay,
all
no
of you,
problem.
the Bluetooth again. Mabasa05, my brother, Maya Fawala, and Tabu. Much love to all of you. See you guys next time. God bless us all and cheers. Did for England. I didn't watch that game, I have to be honest, and I'm not gonna pretend I watched it.
Ice in my veins, I've been driving this train. Years in this lane, there's no stopping this flame. Cause I came to the game and I changed it to play how I like, rearranged it to my own domain. Yeah, I got what it takes, made lots of mistakes, taking shots, skipping breaks, feeling lost, feeling great, popping off, singing straight, never stopped, never changed. All the squad here to play and I've got something to say, yeah. I work hard each and every day, I get lost in the words I say. I don't push pause, no I push play. I won't stop till I make a change. I withdraw on the things I make. I turn flaws into flawless traits. I build tall, never capped in space. I won't stop till I hear him say, and I'm up again. I got tired eyes, need a cup of blend. That's right, in the AM, that's my only friend. No light, just the sun coming up on the horizon. I lose track of time, yeah, I move fast and climb a new class divine, yeah, true passion shines. And I'm through passing time, I choose stacking dimes. You snooze half the time while I move passing by. I work hard each and every day, I get lost in the words I say. I don't push pause, no I push play. I won't stop till I make a change. I withdraw on the things I make. I turn flaws into flawless traits. I build tall, never capped in space. I won't stop till I hear him say,